Hey, Average Joe's Fantasy Football. This is Steve here with your early tight end top 12 ranking for PPR. I want to make sure you guys are prepared again for the upcoming season. Right now we are July. We are a month away before you start seeing some preseason. And of course, I'll drop some more ranking videos in August. And then the next upcoming weeks, we'll be doing some mock drafts for you guys. So I'm super excited. But I wanted to get you guys ready and prepared for the tight end position. This is one position, let's be honest, it's very, very, very lean, okay? There are obviously really 3 or 4 really great tight ends, and then beyond that, it's a huge drop, okay? Now, let me know in the comments down below if you're someone who actually drafts a tight end in the maybe late first or second round, because I know this is a position that is a very hot commodity that a lot of people would love to get, but are unsure where to draft them. And that's something we could talk about, obviously, when we go into our mock drafts, but I want to make sure you guys are prepared. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. Also hit the like button to help us and continue to grow this channel for you. And if you also want some more help, obviously with some advice for mock drafts, upcoming season, follow us on our socials, Twitter, Instagram, and soon actually thinking about doing some TikTok videos for you guys to give you some quick pointers for the upcoming season. So look forward to that as well. Let's jump right into who the number 1 tight end is going to be. And without even having to really guess, I'm pretty sure you guys are all going to say Travis Kelsey, right? Yes, it is Travis Kelsey. Part of that, it was actually tough for me because if you actually look between Travis Kelsey and who I have for number 2, it's so close. You really can't go wrong with either one. Part of the reason why, again, I give Travis Kelsey the edge over number 2 is because of the fact that they're quarterback. You have Patrick Mahomes, who is amazing at his position. And on top, they've got such a great relationship. And you got Tyreek on the outside. So that really helps Travis Kelsey a lot. Travis Kelsey also does an amazing job in the red zone, which is why I have him at number 1. He actually led the league, tied for number 1 in tight ends with Robert Tonyan. So I wanted to make sure you grab Travis Kelsey. He's someone I see a lot of the mock drafts going in the end of the first, if it's a 12-man league, or middle of second round. So he is a hot commodity. Make sure if you've got one of those late rounds, early seconds, you probably end up getting and going after Travis Kelsey. Now, number 2, I've got Darren Waller. Darren Waller came out, had an amazing year the year before that. A lot of people were unsure what he was going to do, and then he just did even more. Darren Waller is an amazing tight end in this league. He does some things that wide receivers can't even do, and he's really the number 1 target for Derek Carr. Last year, he did an amazing job. He had over 100 receptions. He actually led the league in the tight end role. The one thing that he doesn't, stand out is his touchdowns can be a little bit low. He still did 9 touchdowns, which is amazing. Part of that is just that offense, and I think it'll only get better for you guys. Next, I have George Kittle. Hey, George Kittle could easily be number 2. He could easily be number 1. Now, part of the reason why I put him at number 3, Travis Kelsey and Darren Waller are just absolute tier gods. George Kittle is right there. Now, part of the reason, again, is quarterback plays a part. Their quarterbacks haven't been able to stay healthy. Now, George Kittle was hurt last year, and that's not his fault. It's not like, hey, let me just get off the field. He still did a good job even with being hurt. He actually came at the end of the season, did an amazing job. And he would have done an amazing job this year. So I do like George Kittle again. Travis Kelsey, Darren Waller, and George Kittle. You can't go wrong with either one of those. Now, this is where you start to see a little bit of a tier drop. Now, I have at number 4, some people may disagree because he actually finished 6th last year in the PPR role in tight end, is actually Mark Andrews. Now, the reason why I have Mark Andrews is the fact that, look, you got Marquise Brown. That relationship hopefully starts to get a little better. Lamar Jackson is continuously getting better in the quarterback role, not just his running, but the quarterback position. And they added some weapons as well to help out. And that's only going to open up the middle for Mark Andrews. And I still think he's one of the better tight ends in the league. Again, he's not top tier like Kittle, Waller, or Kelsey, but he is definitely a tight end 1. He's just not like the tight end 1. So I like him a lot. Last year he did a great job. He actually finished 3rd in the league with touchdowns. Still a red zone threat. Big body that, obviously Lamar Jackson likes to throw to. Next one I have at number 5. Now, hear me out. And I'm not even a Gator fan, but I have Kyle Pitts, the rookie out of Florida. And the reason for that is you lost Julio Jones. You have Calvin Ridley, who's a great receiver on the outside. Russell Gage is pretty good, but not amazing. So I expect Pitts, number 2. I mean, look, when you look at Matt Ryan and when they had Tony Gonzalez, that offense was ridiculous. And I see a lot of resemblance of what you're going to see out of, Kyle Pitts as a hybrid receiver tight end. And I like him a lot. I know this is really high up for a tight end that has not played in the NFL. You're expecting a lot from what he did in his college years. And I do expect that. Being a fan of the opposite team of the Florida Gators, I did see a lot of games of, obviously, Kyle Pitts. And Kyle Pitts was just amazing. And as a Cowboys fan, if it wasn't for the needs that we needed on defense, Kyle Pitts would have been an amazing addition to that offense, and I would have been happy with it. But he was not suited this year for us, and I think, again, Matt Ryan has that great relationship with tight ends. He did that with Hooper. He's going to do that with Kyle Pitts. So I like him at number 5. Number 6, I have Logan Thomas. He came out of nowhere. Logan Thomas was a great tight end. He was somebody that a lot of people probably picked up later in the season because they saw what was happening for Washington. Last year, he finished number 4. Okay? He had, I think 6 touchdowns. I think is where he finished at. He was starting to really develop a really strong relationship with the quarterback. And honestly, at this point, we're not really sure who the quarterback is. But Logan Thomas is one position that's really secure on that team. And then, of course, you've got, McLaurin on the outside. Just, again, opens up that role for the tight end. When you start seeing some of these stud receivers on the outside, usually the tight end does a really good job as well. So I like Logan Thomas at the number 6 spot. Number 7, I got T.J. Hawkinson. Now, this is where when you start looking from 7 to 12, you can't go wrong really where some of these guys are. So part of my ranking is part of what potential they have, how important they are to the team, what their quarterback position is like. Now, T.J. Hawkinson, quarterback position is a little weird, right? You've got Jared Goff now instead of Matthew Stafford. Galladay, Marvin Jones Jr., they're gone. So the weapons have absolutely changed, which really leaves just T.J. Hawkinson. Now, that could either be great or it can be horrible. Now, T.J. Hawkinson last year finished 5th, did a great job. Again, high receptions, had some good touchdowns. He had 6 last year. I expect more balls thrown his way. Jared Goff's going to look his way quite a bit. Again, tight end is a weird position. You can do your best, but tight ends really are a big center blocking out their defender, right? And that's where I think he's going to do a great job. Number 7, I got Noah Fant. Now, Noah Fant finished last year at number 8. I just moved him. I moved him in the same spot because, again, Kittle's back. You're seeing the emergence of a possible rookie in Kyle Pitts. So that's the only reason Noah Fant stayed number 8, just like he was last year. Noah Fant had a lot of great potential. He had a lot of targets thrown his way. And he actually did a great job. The only downside with Noah Fant, he was not a red zone threat. Okay? He was not a red zone threat. And I think if he can improve upon that, 2 to 3 more touchdowns, that will move him up a lot in this ranking. And again, may change when, mini camps are happening, OTAs and all that stuff in the preseason. When I drop my last ranking video right before the season starts, that may make a difference, okay? But I have him still at number 8. Number 9, I've got Robert Tonyan. Now, Robert Tonyan dropped a lot. Last year, he finished 3rd. And a lot of that had to do with the fact that he had 11 touchdowns in the red zone, okay? 11 touchdowns. Is that going to be the same? No. And there's a lot going on with, obviously, the Packers with Aaron Rodgers, still uncommitted. And if you don't have Aaron Rodgers, Robert Tonyan's going to take a big hit. Robert Tonyan did not actually lead really anywhere in the tight end position as far as targets. He did a great job converting them. He had 59 targets his way. He had 52 of those catches. That's amazing. That's a stupid amazing mark. But he didn't see as many balls thrown as you see some of these other tight ends, which is why I have him dropping down. Again, other tight ends are emerging. Other tight ends are back from injury. Robert Tonyan is going to drop. I still think he's a top 10, absolutely. And if obviously Rodgers comes back, I might move him up a spot or 2, but I don't have him anywhere near the top 5 right now. Number 10, I have Mike Gesicki. I like Mike Gesicki a lot. Again, Florida State fan. Mike Gesicki is amazing. He really turned it around for Miami. Last year, he finished 7th in PPR. He had a lot of targets his way. He converted about 6 touchdowns. He was really developing a great relationship. Now, with Tua, there was a little bit of a struggle at first. Tua just struggled in general, which is okay. He was a rookie quarterback, and that's going to happen. I do expect more that's going to happen. You got Devontae Parker still. You got Will Fuller. And now you got Mike Gesicki. Tua's got some great weapons with him, and then Myles Gaskin in the back. I like Miami's offense a lot. I think there's going to be a lot of great, outstanding players that not normally players you'd go after in the fantasy world. But these guys are going to be great. I like Mike Gesicki a lot, number 10. Number 11, I have Evan Ingram. Evan Ingram it just tortured me last year when it came to our weekly videos of who to start, who to sit. Every time I told you guys to sit him, he had the best game of his life. Every time I felt like, man, this is a great matchup, he'd be gone. He'd disappear. Part of that problem with Evan Ingram is he gets a lot of balls thrown his way. He had 109 targets thrown his way. That put him third in the tight end position as far as targets go. Problem is, he didn't convert as many. He had 63 catches, which is great. He averaged only 10 yards, 1 touchdown. Understand that. 1 touchdown. Now, if Evan Ingram can get the same amount of passes his way, and I understood they had some injuries last year with Sterling Shepard and things like that, but if you get Evan Ingram the same amount of targets, but he gets 4 to 5 more touchdowns, which is, let's be real, that's a very reasonable number. He skyrockets as far as the tight end. He actually finished last year in 15th. I do have him possibly going in the top 10. Right now I have it number 11. Again, part of that has to be showing up in the red zone. Okay. Now the last guy I have is Dallas Goedert. So here's the thing with Goedert. You still got Zach Ertz there, but let's be real. Philly does not want Zach Ertz there. They pretty much want to get rid of him. They don't want to pay him. And Goedert was the better talent. He was on the field. He did have some injuries, but he was on the field. You had some real big issues with Zach Ertz being on the field. You had Carson Wentz not really sure. Now you got Jalen Hurts in there. Dallas Goedert had a good season for someone who really wasn't the starter, right? He started having some games. Like I said, he dealt with some injuries last year, but I like him a lot. I think he's going to have the potential to be really, really solid. He finished number 20th last year with the injuries and the inconsistency at quarterback and the changes and things like that. And, of course, competing with Zach Ertz. But I like Dallas Goedert a lot. He's actually probably one of my big sleepers. And like I said, I'll do a sleeper video as well for you guys. So you guys, again, be prepared for all of this. So those are my top 12 early ranking for the tight end position. Again, let me know down in the comments below if there's any tight ends you felt would should have been shown up here. If there were, again, who and where do you draft some of your tight ends? And be prepared. I've got some mock drafts coming up. I'll do a few different positions, where you are in your... I usually do a 10-man league, but if you want me to do a 12-man league, I can as well. That way you guys can kind of figure out where these average draft positions are, where some good plays, things like that. Make sure you follow us on here. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit the like button, again, to help us out. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram so you guys, any questions you've got prior to the season coming up. And make sure, again, pay attention. We've got some great stuff coming up. Hit those notification buttons, okay? So I've got a lot more videos coming up in the next couple weeks. I'm going to be posting at least 2 to 3 videos a week. It's starting to ramp up. I'm super excited for this season, and I look forward to helping you guys get that championship this year. So have a good one.